Once you have your painting complete, there are still possibilities of further editing beyond this point. There's still more room to enhance your image. At this point, I want to discuss adjustment layers. Adjustment layers give you yet more control and more flexibility to edit your entire image. And these edits are non-destructive, meaning you can discard them at any point and still maintain your base painting. When you are using adjustment layers, there are no permanent changes made to the image until you save it. You can always get rid of it, start over again. Nothing is lost. Understanding that adjustment layers affect every single layer beneath them. And there's a multitude of adjustments that can be made. You can adjust the channel from RGB, make it CYMK, make it grayscale. You can posterize. You can add a gradient map. You can tweak the curves, the levels, brightness, contrast, exposure, vibrance, color balance. There are so many adjustments that can be made to an image after the fact. So the options for post-production inside of Photoshop are several. This is in fact the strength of this software. Photoshop was made to edit photos. Looking at adjustment layers, I already have one in place. Take a keen look to the image in its entirety, and then take a keen look to the color hue towards the left side of the screen. Look at the blues, the whites, greens, browns, and then take a look towards this side where you have the same, but it's been desaturated. When I toggle on and off this particular layer, you can see that it's in fact some kind of a mask on top of it. That is the adjustment layer. So to create an adjustment layer, let me delete that layer mask. Delete the entire layer, in fact. Create a new. And to create an adjustment layer, I have this panel already open. If you do not, you go into your window and then you scroll down until you find adjustments. Enable that. Here it is. These are the options that I had discussed earlier. Enable hue and saturation. In doing so, you can, in fact, tweak the values and it will affect everything beneath it. In fact, I'm realizing now that there was no need to create this particular layer. It's redundant, as the hue and saturation actually affects everything underneath it. Let me expand this so that I can show you the options for lightness. So if I wish to create an evening setting, I can do so by adjusting these values. Understand that you are in fact affecting the master layer at this point. You can change a particular channel. For example, I would want to change the blues. I can do so by extending that and increasing the particular range. I'm just using my cursor to increase the effect of a particular channel, and then I can increase the colorization, decrease the saturation and the lightness, and take that way down. In effect, I am darkening the image and making it seem more like a night scene. Let me use my marquee selection tool to just select half and then fill that with white, or rather black, to negate. And now I have a very sharp contrast between almost night and day. Almost. There are adjustments that can be made to particular images in order to remove them from the effect of this particular adjustment mask that could elevate this lamp beyond the hue and saturation adjustment and remove it from the effect of this layer mask. There's so many edits that I can make after the fact, but this is a very, very powerful tool. I can use my paintbrush tool selecting a brush that I like, and still with the same adjustment layer selected, increase the size of the brush and start to paint away the effects and create some kind of gradual transition, or alternatively add on. Could add on more of the sky, make that grayer, darker, reduce the same. There's so much room to play around with an image afterwards. Is the point. And so, with this information in mind, we have steadily moved from our initial sketch, gone into our base color, added a little bit of detail, given atmosphere to our painting, situated it globally using this atmosphere, given our properties some life and depth incrementally, given our properties yet more depth using a bit of glow, and now with yet more details added on, we're looking at the final touches and even more expansion for edits using the adjustment layers. I feel, given this information, you are well suited and very capable of creating some believable layouts for your cartoon characters.